All right. How you guys doing? You guys gonna wait here? Give some guys time to get on here. Shalom, shalom. Been a busy week. Busy week. Where'd you go? Man, it's 8 o'clock. Good morning, brother Lamar. Shalom, shalom. Well, guys, it's been a crazy week, but the Saints are here at Straightway Praise Land. So, guys, my family, a lot of my family are here, and a lot more is coming today before the Shabbat. So, guys, I wanted to ask you guys, I want you guys to participate. Please comment below, like, but I want to know something. Do I need permission? You guys see the title. Do I need permission? Here is a special access to the Green Bay Packer alumni homecoming honorary alumni. It was a game in 2014. Special access. This is a permit. This is a form of the Green Bay Packers. You can't, even though I used to play for the Green Bay Packers, even I remember when I played for the Green Bay Packers, I got released in November of that year in 2008. I was released from the Green Bay Packers. And you have to understand, I've been working for this organization for 9 years. And I remember maybe a month after being released, I just walked right into the, no, actually not a month, maybe a week after being released, I went to go visit the Packer organization. I walked in, I knew the code, I still got in, even though I've been released. I got in, went to go say hi to some friends, because this was my world. I mean, 9 years. I mean, everything revolved around the Green Bay Packer and his organization. So I walked in, and you guys know the Green Bay Packer is not owned by an owner, so it's really a corporation. It's an organization, and it doesn't have any owners. It's only ran by a board. And obviously the people own it. So anyway, I walked in, I went into the training room, and all of a sudden I see security. I see Doug Collins. He's the head of security, kind of next to me, and I'm here talking to one of my former teammates. Now it's former teammate, and I'm here chit-chatting and everything, and Doug is there. He's not saying much, I'm just sitting here, and then so when I finally got freed away from players or, personnel like trainers and things of that nature, Doug, kind of came to me very, face was downcast and said, hey, I'm sorry, but, you're going to need permission to come on the premise. I'm like, whoa, wow, okay. I get, your brain kind of just goes, you just kind of come in, they didn't know if I'm going to play for another team or if I'm going to go post. I don't know, but it was awkward. This is Doug. I've known Doug when he first came on with the Green Bay Packers, and he's just doing his job. And and I have not been there since. I do not go to the Green Bay Packers unless they give me permission, because I am no longer a Green Bay Packer. I am a former Green Bay Packer, and I cannot come and go as I please like I used to. I used to go all over the place. Wherever they allow me, but I was able to go to different places and stuff like that. So just like anybody that wants to go to the Green Bay Packers, I have to go and check in and ask for permission to be able to visit a friend or anybody working for the Green Bay Packers. I am not welcome to come as I please. I have to get permission. And I still even had to get permission when I was a player, but it was already automatic with the contract that I signed. I signed a contract with the Green Bay Packers that allowed me to go back and forth because I worked there. I no longer am employed by the Green Bay Packers. I think I have a good relationship with the Green Bay Packers, and when they invite me, I'm more than welcome to come, but they will have to give me some form of access or some type of permit. I do have to get their permission. When I was a little lad, a young lad living in my father's house, if I wanted to have friends over, I had to get permission because it was my father's house, who's now living with me. but I had to get his permission to have friends over. I said, Daddy, is it okay if Johnny comes over? And I'm just making up some name. Is it okay? Shalom, shalom. Is it okay for Bobby to come? Whatever these names in. Let me give some Sharika or, I can't think of them. I'm just trying to give some examples. Don't get caught up in the names. But the point is, I needed to get his permission because it was my father's house. It was not my house. I was living in my father's house. He's the one that provided the roof, the clothes on my back, the food that I ate, the bedroom that I slept in. It was my father's house, and I had to get his permission to come and or allow my friends or whoever I wanted to come over. And if he granted that permission, my friends they had the right then to trespass on my father's house because now they was given permission via me. Say it's okay. I checked with my dad. It's okay for you to come over and hang out. Now, I am 42 years old. I'm a grown man living in the village of Hobart, near outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I've been living in this community since 2003. That's over 15 years. Can't even do the math anymore, okay? Been living here for, 15 years. Been living in this community. Pay hefty property tax to live here because I built this home, 30,000 square feet home. Last time I checked, I am the only person that has a right to be here at Straightway Praiseland. I am the only one. Even in this community, I am the only one that has a right. I do not need not one single person's permission to be in this house. Not one person. I don't need that. Now, everyone that lives on community with me need permission. They need a permit from me. I gave them the permission to be here with me. We have guests. The house is maxed out. We have every room, every bedroom, even spare rooms maxed out. Even Pastor Dow, yours truly, my pastor. I love my pastor. But even Pastor Dow needs a permit to be here at Straightway Praiseland. Now, obviously, he's always welcome. He's always welcome. And let me tell you, it's interesting when people talk about Pastor Dow. People says that Straightway Truth Ministry is a cult. Pastor Dow is a cult leader. let me tell you about this cult leader, this supposedly cult leader. Just last night, Pastor Dow and his family came. They're here. They traveled many distance to get here. And Pastor Dow thanked me. He says, "Thank you for having us in your home." I'm like, looking, why are you thanking me? It's your home. I'm a guest. And I said, "Pastor, you're always welcome." But even now, if Pastor Dow was a cult leader, now this is what they tell us about cult leaders. He'll say, "Oh, I get to come here because I'm Pastor Dow and I am to be worshiped." No, Pastor, and he does that everywhere. I'm not the only home. He always thanks people that, makes them a bed, give them a place to stay. Wherever he's visiting, he's always thankful for the hospitality. I'm honored that I can be hosting my pastor, my shepherd. But even Pastor Dow recognize, just like when I go to Straightway Truth in Tennessee, I am coming to visit him. And I need his permission. I can't just come as I go. I need to let them know, hey, I'm coming at such and such time. I will be leaving, so they can be able to accommodate. And he has the ability to say, no, you can't come this week or whatever, because it's his home. And we all have an understanding of that in Israel, especially at Straightway. We have an understanding that we let people know we're coming. It's not automatically assumed. We can just walk up in there. Now, it's a high probability if you're an Israelite, you're a brother, you're gonna get in. But we don't ever just assume and just come in and come unannounced. So Pastor Dow, so everyone from elder, you got elders here, these are all people I respect. They all needed permission to come in here, and they have gotten all permits. I'm the only one that don't need a permit. And I was proactive. I called the public servant, and I'm just going to say, the chief of police here in Village of Hobart, called him, trying to be very proactive, letting him know that I have family coming into town. And it could possibly go over 50 people. Because I guess here in the Village of Hobart, they have an ordinance that if you have more than 50 people coming into onto your land or some type of event. It's called special event. You need to get a permit. And I'm thinking to myself, why do I need a permit? I have an 18-acre property, private property, by the way, 30,000 square feet home to house this without causing any type of issues on the road. And I need permission? Do you guys know right now there's 60 people on this thing right now? Do you know if I was in the village of Hobart, just for you, there's going to come a time where they say if you have more than 60 people on a live YouTube, you're going to need a permit too. Can you believe this? I need a permit. Let me read something to you guys. I want this to be a little bit educational because I got to get ready for breakfast. But let me read this to you. Here, I'm looking up, look at this. I'm looking up the Webster Old 1828 dictionary here. Here's what the word permit means. Permit. Where is it here? Permit means. It says right here, to allow, to grant, to leave, or liberty to by express consent. He asked my leave. Okay, let me hear. Here's another one. Another one says to allow by silence consent or by prohibiting or to suffer without giving express authority. So basically, permission. You need permission. So when did I start needing permission to have people here on my private property? Let me read something else to you. It's called the U.S. Constitution, the Constitution of the United States of America. And here's what it says here. And guys, you know what? We're a holy people. Our whole life revolves around Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. Our life, we are a holy people, set apart people. But here's what it says. This is the amendments of the Constitution of the United States. This is the Bill of Rights, they call it. And it says, Congress shall make no law respecting or establishing a religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech. They probably say I'm going to get in trouble for speaking about on this, but I got the freedom of speech. Or press, or the right of the people to peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress and grievance. So guys, I have a right to peacefully to assemble. And I told the government, I was actually proactive, guys, because, you know, being a man of color, living in a predominantly white community, trying to be proactive because I understand that I don't get treated like my neighbors who are light-skinned white people. They don't need permission. They know they are accustomed to knowing what their rights are and not having that trespassed against. But because of now the skin of the color of my skin, because now I am a set apart person, where Jesus already says you will be persecuted. I know exactly what this community would do if Yeshua showed up. They will freaking lynch him. No doubt, I don't care. You can get past the smiles, the gestures, or they will lynch him in a heartbeat. But this is what the police officer said. He says, I need permission to be able. So I called him up, told him, hey, I got the application. I went into the office, was looking for you. I talked to the village president. I told him this is unconstitutional because we are assembling peacefully. We are peaceful people. We are here to assemble, and there's no reason for me to sign that contract or that permit because I don't need your permission. This is my private property. And he pretty much says, I have gotten your calls. We will have somebody showing up there on Saturday, sometime around Saturday, and we will give you a citation if you continue on with your special event. Can you believe this? This is me being proactive, being very proactive to explain why I'm not going to sign the contract, why I'm not going to get his permission, because this is a assembly and is being put together peacefully. We're peacefully assembling, not causing any harm. So guess what? Even after guys, so I'm letting you guys know for evidence, if something happens to me, I don't think they can throw me in jail. What are they going to do? Fine me? Go ahead, fine. I'm not going to pay it. I will not pay it, and I'm waiting to see what they're going to do to me. They can't do it. It's a joke. It's literally a joke. What are you going to do? Throw me in jail? What? You're going to put a lien on my house? What are you going to do? I'm one of the largest taxpayer here when it comes to property tax. There's very few people that's above me. I'm probably the only one that's paying the most in property tax. And now I have to get permission from a public servant? Let me read something to you guys here. This is out of Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5. It says this, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich is set in a low place. I have seen servants, listen to this, I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Guys, I got this public servant, chief of police. He's on the horse, and I'm sitting here walking, and I'm the prince. I'm the king. This is my castle. They even have laws called castle law doctrine, where you can protect your castle. And now I'm on the ground walking like a servant. And now I, as the prince, as the king, have to get permission from a public servant that had nothing to do to create all of this. Had nothing to do. When I live in my dad's house, he created all that. Even as my dad, and guys, I'm here to honor my dad. My dad, I don't think he needs but even my dad has to get permission to say, is it okay for me to stay with you? Or is it okay? Because even he recognized this is my house. Now, I entreat my father because he's my father. He created me. And so I entreat him. I know public law 97280. I get it. These people, let me tell you guys, these law enforcement can give a rat's ass damn about the Constitution, about law 97280. They don't care. I told him. I even took the time to write out the Wisconsin. If you look at the Wisconsin Constitution, it says the same thing. You have the right to assemble. He even acknowledged, you do have the right to assemble, but you need my damn permission, he says. That's what he said. Well, he didn't say damn. He says you still need permission. If you have a right, why do you need permission? I was just talking to a brother the other day. I said, let me ask you something. Do you have the right? I asked him, do you have the right to be on Straightway Praise Land right now? He was in the gym floor. I said, do you have a right to be here? He says, because you've given me permission. He recognized that. He had a right, but it was given to him by permission. Look at this. Look at the Constitution. Now, the Constitution doesn't give me rights. This is our right from the Most High. We have a right, and Congress recognized that right. The Constitution doesn't give me rights. It gives me benefits. But Congress recognized, because it was created for man, by man, that these rights are already, look what it says, Congress shall make no law respecting or establishing of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Is this not what they're doing? Is this chief police trying to infringe, prohibit the free exercise thereof of me assembling peacefully with my brothers and sisters who are here in town? Are you kidding me? Look at this. He says, are the right of the people to peacefully to assemble. So this is a right. This is already a gut. You know something? Eventually, the village of Hobart is going to say that, Kabir, now you need a permit just to take a shit or to piss. Do I need it? Every time I call, should I call and say, hey, I got a PP? Now, when I was a child, when I was a boy, a lad, growing up in my father's house, or when I was going to school, I needed permission when I had to go take a tinkle or whatever, take a leak. I had to get permission, because I couldn't just leave and go as I please. Daddy, can I go pee? Daddy, can I go take a crap? Or doo-doo, whatever we called it. That makes sense, because we're young. We didn't have rights. And now I'm a grown man, 42, worked very hard, and now I got to get permission to have my friends over. I got to call the village of Hobart and say, is it okay for my friends to come over? So guys, here's the question. It's been 19 minutes. Here's the question. Do you believe that I need permission from the village of Hobart, where I reside, to have my friends over? Should I call the chief and say, Chief, is it okay if my friends can come over and spend a night? Right now, we probably maxed out. We probably over the 50 mark of people spending the night here. Do I need permission from the village of Hobart? And the chief of police says that is his job to enforce the ordinance of this community, of this village. So now do I need to get his permission? What if he says no? What am I supposed to tell my brothers and sisters? The chief of police said no. I mean, are we going back to the days of slavery in this country? Even in the Constitution, they said that's prohibited. And now I got to go ask the master. Yes, master. Master, is it okay for me to have my brothers and sisters come over and visit? So I got to go ask a white man. And look at, he's a servant, and now he has a title called chief. He's the chief of police. Now I got to go ask the master if it's okay for me to have my friends over. And none of the people in this community has to do the same thing. But I have to now. And I've been in this community for how many years? 15 plus years. Not caused any problems. I have a good relationship, I believe, with the people who live neighborly with me. And, on outskirts, never had any issues. Work together. If there's ever an issue, we work together. And now, ever since I come into this truth, the last 2 years, I come into this truth, and now I'm having issues with Christianity. I'm having to run in with the law, and now I'm having to run in with my own village. Chief, and these people, we call each other by first name. And now I need his permission. I've had events here. I had governors. I've had politicians, from senators, congressmen. I had it all here. Celebrities, people coming in and going, and we have had more than 50, 60, whatever, hundreds of people. This is actually one of the smallest events. And now I need permission. So guys, you tell me. I know you guys are commenting on here, and that's good. But, if you're watching this video, rewatching, please comment below. Should I get permission to have my friends over? Should I have to go and ask the chief of police or ask the village of Hobart permission for my friends to spend the night over, even though I have the room, 18 acres, 30,000 square feet home? I have the accommodations to be able to take all my brothers and sisters come and spend the night at my house without causing any type of issues in the surrounding areas. Ask me. Guys, please tell me. I want to know, because if I'm doing something wrong, I need to repent. And I know they're watching, because you know how they knew about my gathering? Because they watch my YouTube. So they're watching right now, spying on my liberty. So you tell me, you comment on there, and please put all the ordinance and everything. Even that ordinance says that if it's deemed unconstitutional, everything is voided. That's what the ordinance said. This is unconstitutional. But you talk to the viewers here. You type in there and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because right now, this is where now everybody's the talk. I'm the talk of town. That, KGB has lost his mind. He's being rebellious. He's not being submissive and not doing the stuff that we want him to do anymore. He's doing his own thing. So guys, please comment below. I gotta get going. It's 8:29. I got brothers and sisters in there about to eat, and I'm going to go eat. And so let's see. Maybe I need permission too from the chief. Chief, is it okay for me to go eat? Do I gotta go permission to eat? Is it? And matter of fact, do I need to get the food in what they call it, the food administration, to come here and see what we're eating to make sure it's safe for the people or not? This is the type of crap that was in that contract, that we can't even eat until the administration come here and inspect the food. Can you believe this? Anyway, guys, I got to go. I hope you guys enjoy your 6 days as we prepare for the Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.